Clay, I know you're watching this. You got your wish. My Karen battery died. Maybe I do overcomplicate it. Let's get this over with. We have 4 new winners. Well, not 4 new winners. We have 3 new winners and the one guy that can repeat in top fuel. All that and more. We got interviews, hopefully some highlight films. Let's get into it. Alright, so you can see behind me, the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals is officially over. What has been a hectic and crazy weekend for the NHRA Capital Dragracing Series has finally come to an end. We got the Epic Nationals done yesterday. We got the Thunder Valley Nationals done today. We had a rain delay. Everything went haywire. Got a lot to cover. Let's get straight into it and jump into Pro Stock Motorcycle. Gaige, Herrera, the #1 qualifier. He was my pick to win this race. Possibly every single other person in that grandstand too. Everybody in the media center thought it. Nobody thought he was going to lose this race. He goes 14-0, runs it all the way to the finals, chasing after the Dave Schultz 40-2 record. He probably isn't thinking about that, but I checked with Brian Loans and he confirmed it. He knows for a fact nobody has come close to beating that record. And right now, the only way he can do that is if he wins every race out to the Carolina Nationals in the fall. The problem, however, though, is the fact that he ran into Steve Johnson, who for the most part had been quiet all week, and he had some pretty decent runs. He was consistently up there in the top half of the field, but did anybody really think he was going to do it? No, he runs it all the way to the finals. He's faced off against Gaige Herrera. Gaige Herrera's lane choice. It's almost confirmed to everybody else that he's not going to win this race. And then what happens? He goes out there, Gaige Herrera fouls out, and Steve Johnson gets the win. An incredible, I don't really want to say upset because this is Steve Johnson we're talking about. But again, did anybody really think this is going to be Steve Johnson? I don't think so. I can bet you dollars to donuts nobody really thought this was going to happen. As I'm going to switch hands here because unlike Clay, I'm not used to holding this for so long, so forgive me as I switch over. Right now, I switch hands now. We had an opportunity to talk to Steve Johnson in the post-race press conference. We asked him about all the struggles they had to face with the new bike and the fact that he didn't have as much engine pulls as Matt Smith Racing. Here's what he had to say. Back in Gainesville, you sat in that exact seat after Friday qualifying, and we talked about the fact that you had not nearly half the runs that Matt Smith had with his engine dyno. Then come Chicago, you finally get the Hayabusa body, and everyone's talking about Gaige Herrera. Just thinking about everything you've had to do just to get used to this bike, and now you have your first Wally of the season. Just what does that mean to you and your team to get this done when everybody's looking at Vance and Hines and Matt Smith Racing, and you're just out here pulling these fast heaters on the strip, and then you finally get that first win?
I think it's just, it's everybody knows that the Vance and Hines bike's fast, and I think everybody knows who can run good. We just need a little bit more resources. Again, $25,000 for a body for our team. There was a lot of things we would have maybe rather bought, but another $10,000 to have it wrapped and painted, wrapped and mounted is $7,500 to mount it, and $3,000, $4,000. So it's a lot of money. So you don't expect any of this stuff. That's why I think the sport's so fun, because there is the David and Goliath, and it's not my new Bible. I take that back. Bristol's not my new Bible, but it's that's what's so cool about racing is you show up and you just never know what can happen. And today we're living proof of that.
Moving on to the Pro Stock, Erica Enders. The struggle is finally over. She finally has her first win of the season. She has struggled all year since Gainesville. She had an incredible qualifying effort, didn't get the opportunity to run in the first round, and then from then on it was just a downward spiral, a headache. She joked about in the media center on Friday that they were hiding their razor blades because of the fact that the season has been such a depressing downward spiral that they didn't know when it was going to end. There was no end in sight for that team. She comes in here, #1 qualifier, first time since I believe Gainesville that she did that. She runs it all the way to the finals, faces off against Derek Kramer. What ends up happening though is because of the rain delay, we'll get to what happened in the fuel ranks because they had a crazy moment. When they got back out there for that round 2 run, both lanes were incredibly loose. Everybody struggled. In the first one, I thought it was the left lane over here that was struggling. We saw Camry Caruso almost wreck that thing as she lost to, it was it was Christian Cuadra. She lost to Christian Cuadra. Cuadra goes on to the semifinals. Next pair, we see Dallas Glenn versus Greg Anderson. Both of them get loose. Greg's able to save it and move on to win the event, win the round, and move on to the semifinals. So it was crazy all the way down. To make it long story short, Erica Enders runs it to the finals, wins her first national event of the season, an incredible win, finally gets the monkey off her back and finally wins the first event. We had an opportunity to talk to her in the post-race press conference too. Here's her thoughts on the win.
It's super gratifying, and I don't know if people truly understand what it means. I mean, yes, we've won a lot of races, but to finish the year that we had last year, the fashion that we did, and then to start the year as horribly as we did, you know, it's a real gut check and just kind of one of those things that you have to battle through. So, you know, my team owner always reminds us that winning races doesn't define us, that we're winners off the racetrack too. And even though we go through these valleys, you just have to put your head down and go to work. And I said it in my top end interview, but I want to reiterate it here, is how hard my guys work, not just my JHG Chevy Camaro, but all 9 of our cars that we have. We have almost 60 people on the road full time, and it's, you know, a little bit of controlled chaos, but I wouldn't take anything for any of the guys that we have. They are truly amazing. They're a talent, and the 2 guys that are working on my car this weekend, Connor has won with JR Todd before, but Declan is new to drag racing, so it's his first win, and our first win is the new team red. So I could not be more proud of them and their hard work, and they didn't ever get discouraged or give up. So that's what it's all about, is just trying to remain as positive as possible and just go to work and shut the naysayers up.
Moving on in the funny car, Ron Capps. What can you really say about the man? We all thought Matt Hagan, he was the clear runaway winner so far. 3 wins to start off the season. He has been on fire so far this season. Has really fell apart since after the Vegas 4Y Nationals. And does it happens here again, goes out early. Ron Capps, however, runs it all the way to the finals to face off against Alexis DeJoria. DeJoria accidentally late bulbs, deep stages on him, and then it bites her in the dust as Ron Capps drives right around her, beats her by 1,000th of a second, 10,000th of a second, I think. Runs it all the way to the end. An incredible race to kick it off. Ron Capps captures his first win. He's going to Hawaii this weekend before he goes to Norwalk the week after. So he has an incredible week ahead of him as he gets to celebrate a win with Napa in Hawaii. We had an opportunity to talk to him too, as Toyota is quickly approaching the 200th win. Let's hear what he had to say.
Again, you gotta have the respect. JR Todd helped design that body, Alexis helped design that body, and I came in late. And we came in with success, and that's tough, and that creates a lot of weird vibes. So I was very careful. I apologized a few times to them that last year. I was careful with what I said. God, you just really gotta be careful, because I was invited into that family, and I wanted to get into that family so bad over the years. Antron Brown being so close friends, I just knew if I could get in part of that family, I knew what it meant, and it's showing right now. But yeah, it'd be great to give them that win. I honestly cheer for Alexis or JR or somebody to get that funny car win as well. It would be cool. I don't wish him that much. So yeah, it's a great thing. I forgot that there were 2. Yeah, so that is looming on the horizon. But Paul Dolashaw, Slugger, you can't believe the efforts that go in. The people just don't see it. Jawan, Paul, their track people are here before anybody during the day, when we're all hanging out having coffee and having breakfast, and they're here at night when they're trying to kick them off the track, and they're tracking and showing us bumps and everything about the track. You just don't get that. It is such a cool thing to have. So grateful to be part of the Toyota family.
Finally, in Top Fuel, an incredible event all around, top to bottom. Clay Millican goes out round 1. Had an opportunity to talk to him after the race. Had 2 spark plugs go bad, and it cost him the run. The $4 part ruins the entire run of what would have been an incredible weekend for him. He goes out early and has to pack it up, and now he has to try, sorry, I'm not used to this, Clay, and try and win it at Norwalk. He's had incredibly consistent runs. I really do think that team is turning it around in the right direction, just not in the way that he wants to. Antron Brown, number 15 qualifier. He was the number 1 qualifier at Epping, goes out, I believe, in the semifinals there. Goes into this event here and has just an absolutely incredible day. Number 15 qualifier, as dirt racers say, he ran the soup. He had to go through every tough comparator that you could think of. I believe in round number 1. I'm trying to remember who it was he faced off of round number 1. Raced off against Brittany Force, number 2 qualifier, takes her down. Goes into the round number 2, faces off against Tony Schumacher, takes him down. Goes into the semifinals against Doug Kalitta, takes him down, and then goes into the finals against someone he calls family. Lucas Oil teammate, Toyota teammate, Justin Ashley. He's been on fire this week and goes into this final round with 3 wins on the book. The only person to complete more than 1 win. And then what happens? Justin Ashley goes out there, takes out Antron Brown from what would have been an incredible weekend, but nope. Instead, Justin Ashley, the one that everybody was questioning who's going to complete the sweep. It was either going to be Bob Tasca or Justin Ashley. Justin Ashley wins the Epping race, the re-race here, takes the 2 Fast 260 challenge, and now the Bristol win. We had an opportunity to talk to him about that as well in the post-race press conference. Here's what we had to say. At the beginning of the season, we talked about the fact that this top fuel class is so competitive that it's anybody's game. You're the only person to win more than 1 race, and now you've won 4. What does that really mean to you in terms of the team that you have? The fact that you came so close to win a championship last year, and now you're coming out here and you're just stomping on everybody's heads almost on the way to the victory lane.
It means a lot. It really means so much. I can't even put it into words. That's a result of the team that we have on and off the racetrack. You're only as good as the people that you surround yourself with. And I feel comfortable in saying we have the best in the business, and I think that it showed. It's a long year, but 4 wins in only 8 races is certainly an accomplishment. It's certainly a great feeling. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Very important to enjoy this one, but we know and we understand, like you said, how good this top fuel field is. That's why we're really going to appreciate these wins, but have a healthy understanding that we can't stay stagnant. We need to continue to get better because everyone else around us is doing the same thing.
All right, again, sorry that this video isn't as more in-depth as I usually make it. Usually I use my phone right here, and I have the bracket on my phone, and that's what lets me know how each round ended, because I can't keep track of all 64 drivers, I believe it is, who ran in there. I had 2 battery packs. Kevin's going to kill me for this. Both of them died. Clay, like I said, got your wish. I oversimplified it. You told me to record on the phone, record on the phone. I hope the microphone quality is good, because this is the best I got to deal with. Again, thank you guys so much for your support. Again, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to be here. Thank you to the NHRA for letting me come out here. Again, this track is absolutely beautiful. This track is stunning. I loved being able to come out here. I talked about it at IRP. When I was a kid, I always thought that was going to be the place that I was going to go when I thought of Bristol. Instead, I came to arguably the more beautiful track. The mountains in the background. This track is absolutely stunning, so props to Bristol. Ohio Racing Media pointed this out on Friday. There could have been anything that this land could have been used for. Absolutely anything in the world. And it ended up being a drag strip. You couldn't ask for better. You couldn't ask for a better race. You couldn't ask for a better weekend. Props to the NHRA for getting this race in, especially with the rain delays. Props to them for getting the re-race done. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Mighty Mac. I got an 8-hour drive to get back to Indy, and hopefully I beat the rain with the tornadoes going through there, so hopefully I make it through there. Like I always been saying, the season's been incredible. You cannot afford to miss it. Nobody can afford to miss it. Share this video, like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, spread the word for drag racing, make sure that everybody knows it, because this season's on the rise and you want to be a part of it. Follow me on all social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at MightyMac03. And until next time, this has been Mighty Mac, and I will see you next time. I always butcher this. I will hopefully see you guys in Norwalk. Thank you guys so much.